Welcome to Rob on Holiday. Today, as you can probably guess, we're at Delamere Forest, which is a forest holiday park in Cheshire. Forest Holidays Delamere Forest is a holiday park in Cheshire in the north of England. It's the perfect place for a relaxing getaway with luxury woodland lodges, a great forest retreat serving food and drink, and some great walking paths on site. We recently spent the weekend at the park, and in this video we're going to share everything you need to know about visiting Forest Holidays Delamere Forest. First, we need to talk briefly about getting to Delamere Forest. If you put the address of Forest Holidays into a sat-nav, it will provide you with a number of different entry points to the park, none of which are actually accessible to the public. You actually need to enter the park from Ashton Lane, as shown on screen. Once you turn into the park, you will come to a barrier where you will have to enter a code. This code will be sent to your email prior to your visit, so make sure that you make a note of it before setting off. Once inside the park, follow the road all the way to the forest retreat, which is where you will check in. From there, it's just a short drive to the lodges. So here's our lodge, it's number 9, a Silver Birch. It's a 3-bedroom lodge, really nice and big. Let's go and take a look inside. The Silver Birch sleeps up to 6 people and is a fantastic base for your stay in the forest. As you enter the lodge, you will come into a large living room area. The living room has the widest settees I've ever seen and a TV built into the wall. One big plus here is the underfloor heating, which really keeps the living room toasty day and night. The dining and kitchen area is admittedly quite cramped, but the kitchen does come fully equipped with an oven, hob, microwave, toaster, kettle and dishwasher. Heading into the bedrooms, the Silver Birch Lodge has 1 double bedroom and 2 twin rooms. The double room also comes with an ensuite with a shower. The main bathroom is more spacious and has a bath-shower combo. Outside, the lodge comes with a large decking area, which will be great for outdoor eating in the summer. This is where you'll also find your hot tub. One other thing that I really loved about the lodges at Forest Holidays Delamere is that they feel well spaced out. At some lodge parks you can feel somewhat cramped in by the lodges on either side of you, but not here. Are you still here? Just one more thing I forgot to mention. If you're coming in the autumn or winter especially, please bring a torch. I've just been to take the garbage and the rubbish and the bottles to the bin and I could not see a thing. Stupidly I set off without my torch and I came back after about a quarter of the way. But it's a good job. You can't see the paths, you can't see where you're going, you can't see your way back to the lodge. You certainly can't see what bin's what. You can't even see the bins. So please bring one of these or some kind of torch. I guess the light on your phone's probably good enough, but make sure you got something. So overall, I think that the lodges at Forest Holidays Delamere are excellent. They're clean and comfortable and offer more than enough space for a group of 6, with perhaps the slight exception of the kitchen area. But there's so much more to Forest Holidays than just a lodge. This is the Forest Retreat, which is actually, apart from the cabins, the only building here on site at Forest Holidays Delamere. Now this is where you check in. There's also a small cafe and a shop selling basic goods. The food in the shop is quite expensive though, so if you can, bring it from home. However, I would recommend eating at the cafe. We had coffee and cake here on both mornings of our trip and the cakes were excellent. I can also recommend the full dishes served at the cafe. You can choose either to eat them in the retreat or have them delivered to your lodge, which is what we did. My family sampled the curry and the burger, which were both delicious, although I was a little disappointed with my pizza. So this is the start of the walking trail here at Delamere. Now it's interesting to note that Delamere Forest itself is open to the public. There's lots of trails that you can walk and ride bikes on, but obviously the area within Forest Holidays is just for guests. Now if you walk all the way down this path, it leads to the main road, Ashton Road, and then over the other side is the main area of Delamere Forest, but we're just going to be staying within the Forest Holidays bounds on this walk. There are more than enough paths within the Forest Holidays resort itself, so you don't have to worry about getting in the car and paying the high prices in the Delamere Forest car park. Setting off on the path just behind the Forest Retreat, this route takes you through a woodland environment and has several other paths that diverge from the main one along the way. The forest looked particularly beautiful in the autumn with its orange leaves both on the trees and on the forest floor. It turns out it's a good walking path this. I don't know, we probably walk half a mile, 3/4 of a mile. The surface at the moment is really good now. This autumn we haven't had much rain, so it's pretty solid under feet. We've got our walking boots on, but you'd have been fine with trainers. Now I'd imagine that when it's wetter conditions this is going to get pretty muddy, so you know, bear that in mind when you come into Forest Holidays. But the scenery is absolutely beautiful. Some really tall pine trees here that we're walking past, and see a few people on the route, but mostly it's just that calm serenity. Really nice. Now, having walked around in the loop, I can speak with more authority about the walks here at Delamere. So this is the path that leads down from the cabins, and if you carry straight on, it probably lead down to the road if you take the right turning. Now what we did on our walk today is we turned left here, down the sandstone trail that goes that way, and it brings you all the way around in a loop back to this point. So it's a good circular route, some lovely trees in the autumn and a bit of spooky waterscape, if for want of a better word. It's a really nice walk, and I'm going to be doing the same thing again tomorrow. We've been really impressed by the number of walking trails at Delamere. I mean, we're not massive walkers, but we like a good 2 or 3 mile walk when we come on these breaks. And it's worth looking out. If you download a PDF map of Delamere Forest before you come, and then you can see every so often there's a marker like this one says number 40, and you can use it to orient where you are on the map. So very good these. Let's talk about what I think of Forest Holidays here at Delamere. We've really enjoyed ourselves. If you watch this channel, you may know that we did a video around about this time last year. And what actually happened then is my wife and eldest daughter came here for a few days when our central heating was getting fixed. So me and my youngest daughter didn't get to fully experience it, even though we visited in the evening. So we've come here as a family this time. We've enjoyed the lodge, and we've really enjoyed the woodland walks. We didn't realise how much walking areas there were just around Forest Holidays. Now, obviously Delamere Forest, there are lots of walking and biking trails, but it was good to find out that there are a few really good walking trails near the forest. So we did a couple of circuits that are about 2.5 miles each, and that probably should be enough for most people visiting here. The accommodation itself is absolutely superb, really high ceilinged, high spec lodge. The main area and the bedrooms are nice and big. Our bedroom had an ensuite. There's a bathroom for the 2 bedrooms here as well, and no complaints about the accommodation. You can see behind me the deck area. It's one of the best you'll ever find, I think, at a lodge in the UK. Really spacious, nice hot tub, and you've got a fantastic view of the trees here. Lots of squirrels and wildlife, so it's really good just sitting out there watching them. I mean, a feature of the decking I really like, you can see it, you kind of right under the trees. For example, we went to Forest Holidays at Cropton and we really enjoyed it there, but the accommodation itself is in like a clearing, a cutout in the forest. Whereas here, the cabins are actually in the forest, and they're not packed in too tight either. There's a lodge next to us, but it is quite a distance away. The other lodge behind us is the next nearest one, so you feel like you've got that nice isolation in the forest. The main negative with going to Delamere is the price. I mean, I'm not going to go into the exact figures, but you take a look online, and you know, even in January, February, it's reasonably expensive. Running through the summer, it's eye-wateringly expensive. But we did get a good deal. So if you keep your eye out on the website, there are times in the year, or maybe if you book in last minute, you're going to get a good deal, and that's the best time. That's certainly the times that we'll be coming to Delamere. But to be fair, you pay a lot of money, but you can see what you're paying your money for, because say everything is really high spec. So I can highly recommend Forest Holidays at Delamere. Thanks for watching Rob on Holiday. We hope you enjoyed our video. If you've got any questions about Delamere Forest Holidays, put them in the comments section below and we'll do our best to answer them. In the meantime, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.